month is September, and September is World Suicide Prevention Month. And this week specifically is National Suicide Prevention Week. And To Write Love on Her Arms always has a campaign for this week specifically. Well, not this week specifically, but for Suicide Prevention Day. And that's on the 10th, which is, I think, Friday. But usually during this week, the week starts on Sunday, which is the 5th, and ends on the not 10th, 11th. So it's a full week of little activities or worksheets or just anything that spreads awareness about suicide, basically, suicide prevention. And if you don't know To Write Love on Her Arms, it's a movement that has been going on for years now that works to spread awareness regarding depression, mental health, addiction, self-harm, and suicide prevention. And I came across them specifically, I think it was middle school, and I've been checking in on them every year or almost every year because I personally care about this kind of thing, and I would always be interested in what their slogan was, or quote unquote slogan. This year, the campaign is Another Day with You, I think. Let me see. Yeah. The campaign this year is Another Day with You, and it's not my favorite, but it's one of my favorites, I'd say. But pretty much, I'll drop a bit of info in the description, but I just wanted to speak a bit. Whoa, that's a little bright. I just want to speak a little bit about this topic for today. So, one of their, I guess, activities, I'm calling it activities, but one of their activities to promote this movement or this campaign is to share my personal thoughts and my story. So they have 3 questions for me, or anyone who wants to take part in this. And one is, why is this campaign important to you? 2, what do you want people to know about suicide and suicide prevention? And 3, where have you found hope and help? So I guess I'll answer the first and I'll go in order. Why is this campaign important to you? Well, I personally deal with depression and anxiety for the most part. I've been dealing with it since 5th grade. And I wasn't always suicidal. I had suicidal ideation. It came with my depression, but I never crossed over into suicidal tendencies. But just the lack of awareness and the misunderstanding surrounding suicide, because it's such a heavy topic. Things happen and it pushed me, I guess, over the edge, and I went from suicidal ideation to tendencies somewhere in, I think, high school. Yeah, I think high school. So in middle school, when I came across To Write Love on Her Arms, I was still in a pretty okay spot. But high school is when I really focused in on the campaign. And that's when the campaign slogans would either hit me or it would miss. So, second question, what do you want people to know about suicide and suicide prevention? I guess to continue off of my first response, I think that there should be more awareness surrounding suicide, and the awareness itself will help with suicide prevention. So everything about this campaign is something I support, because there are just a lot of things people don't understand, especially if they don't personally experience it. And just getting more info about it and learning more about it would help. One, would help you understand, and it would help you panic less and feel more in control, or just overall better about handling yourself or someone you know that is dealing with this. Oh, and one other thing is there are plenty of stats, and there are a lot of book talk about suicide, but learning about it or just hearing about it versus having your own personal experience, like I would compare it to like street experience with it. It's just different. Like basically book smart versus street smart. Like reading about it and having personal experience with it, direct experience with it is just different. But it's not like I would wish anyone to have that experience, but I'm just pointing out that those two things are different. And that goes with mental health, actually, like depression. People who don't deal with that, it's hard to understand on the same level as someone who does experience it. And it also is the same with people who experience mild depression versus like someone who experiences deeper or just more difficult depression, for lack of a better word. And the third question is, where have you found hope and help? Where have you found hope and help? That's a very good question. I don't know if I have an answer for this, but I definitely need some time to think about it. This video is obviously my take and my experience with this. I'll just respond honestly, because I speak for no one, just myself, when I am talking about this. So might as well just answer like that, right? So I've found help through learning about this depression, anxiety, suicide, self-injury, all that kind of thing, on my own, whether through my experiences, through me reading about it, or talking to other people who have experienced it. I just collected information all around, and I've been doing this for a while now. 2021, it's been at least 10 years since I've been doing this now. So I'd say I'm pretty experienced with it. I focused on helping myself and like increasing my self-awareness to better help myself, just because I never wanted to get into medication. Nothing wrong with it. I just personally struggle with addiction, and I just don't really like the thought of my body physically becoming dependent, in a sense, with medication. There's medication in general, really, but I crossed that path off, and I tried therapy, but it's just not my thing. It's it might help if I give it a few more tries. Because it is one of those things where you have to go consistently. Um, but also you have to find the right match for you. The person, I mean, not person, the therapist or whoever you're talking to. Now all of them will work well with you as a person. So first you have to find that. For the most part, I've just focused on helping myself. Um, and hope I will talk about another day, but for the most part, this is about it with my experience. But I really like this year's campaign, and I hope you guys will look more into it, or I don't know, be more open about learning about these things. And if you're struggling yourself with it, feel free to reach out to me, leave some comments, or look around for more information.